E for number 2 on page 596 is really important. The book wants you to give 5 statements. I'm going to say 3 is enough. Here's what I'm looking for specifically, though. You have to give statements about the entirety of the data. If you just said the lower quartile is 1.0, you're not getting points for that. You're not talking to me about the measures of variation. The measures of variation are the range, all of those data points, the lower, the median, and the upper quartile, the interquartile range, and you can talk about one data point if there's an outlier. So we've already done all the math. What we haven't done is made any statements that have to be in sentences, with labels, with capitalization and punctuation. I will tell you the number 1 reason I take up points on the lab report when I grade it is because you don't write complete sentences. The number 2 reason I take off points is because people don't include their labels. We're going to practice it because I want you to rock it out on that lab report. So who thinks that they have a good guess as to a statement about one of these things that you could make about this data set? Sam, you got to guess. Give. Now, you are doing a great job of talking about one data point, but what's the only kind of one data point we can talk about? Outliers. Could we talk about our outlier?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Someone tell me a sentence about our outlier. Trey.
The outlier is Spanish, which is 28.1 million figures.
Oh, Trey, he did such a good job. Not only did Trey say that there was an outlier, he gave the label and the specific number. There is an outlier of Spanish-speaking people. I don't know if I said it exactly right. At 28.1 million speakers? I probably could have worded that better, huh?
No.
I wouldn't have speaking and speakers in the sentence, but we're going to get better at it. Notice I have a capital letter and a punctuation mark. I have a specific number and the label. Those all are important. And we used one of our measures of variation, one of the things we figured out. We have to make 2 more statements. What other statement could you make about this data based on the math we've already done? Sam?
There's no outlier in the lower quartile?
Generally you only make a statement if there is one, and if there isn't one, you just don't make that statement. Okay, so I'm really glad you said that. Yes, Haley? That's what we just wrote. Yes. I need another statement. Thank you, Haley. I know, dude. I'm having a bad morning too. It's okay. Luke, do you have a statement? So, A, B, or C, could we make statements with any of those numbers? What do you got? Ty, give me your best guess. I don't care that you're stretching. Give me your best guess. Either look at the number A, B, or C and tell me what it means in terms of the situation. Luke? How many? There, that's important. Good. The range of the data set is 27.2 million speakers. He's taking this number and explaining what it means in terms of the situation. That is great. The range of the data set is 27.2 million speakers. My penmanship's not awesome. Now, the other measures of variation we have are either B or C. Who has a statement they can make about one of those letters? Trey, what do you think?
The interquartile range is 0.8.
0.8 what?
Million speakers.
He's taken another one of those numbers and explained what it meant in terms of the situation. Do you see what we're doing? It's not okay to just have that number. You have to explain it in a sentence what it means in terms of the situation. The interquartile range. Ooh, what does the interquartile range stand for? What percentage of the data is there?
50%.
Ah, it's the middle 50%. So the middle 50% of the data has a range of, what did you say, Trey? 0.8 million speakers. Period. Do you see how we're taking the numbers and giving them the labels? Because I'm telling you, my husband is going to get fired if he just brings a bunch of numbers to his meeting. And he's going to come to the salmon release, and a bunch of people he works with, when they present their information, if they don't tell the people they're presenting to what the numbers mean in terms of the situation, they did not do their job. That's the 8th grade skill. That's what we have to get better at. That's something we were not very good at as 7th graders. It is the brunt of the points, the bulk of the points that I'm going to be grading for on your lab report. And so I'm going to grade for the math, Mr. Windsor's going to grade for the science, and whatever grade you get goes in both classes. You're then going to take your conclusions from your lab report, and Mr. Mager is going to talk to you about some economics things, and you're going to take your data and make some conclusions and write a report after that, where your social studies, he's going to grade for the social studies stuff, and Mr. Hyler's going to grade for the English stuff, and that grade goes in both of those. At the end of the year, you, as an 8th grader, should be able to talk about the same subject in every major core area. That means we created thinking individuals, okay? We're going to practice it, though. We're going to do these kinds of things. So what I want for you to do is to do just 3 and 5 for homework. It says, talk about the measures of variation. That's what these are. I would do this exact same thing. And it says, make some conclusions. I would do 3 and 5 exactly like we did number 2.
So no
Find the range,
7.
find the lower, medium, upper quartile.
So
I don't care about the rest right now. For homework, I want you to do 3 and 5. In the book, they want you to do 5 statements. I think 3 statements is enough. So for homework today, you're going to do problem 3 and problem 5. And we haven't taken your math book home in a long time. I'm so glad. I promise I'll have your notebooks and your quizzes.
I don't miss it at all.